welcome back to the Football Flynn Show, and today this is not a live one, it's just a normal show, but it's about the Champions League games, and then there's wee facts at the end, news, things that have been happening that kind of tie into the games. But anyway, we've got the Champions League, and also we got the Europa League that was last night, and then the Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll get right into that now. I think we'll start with the Champions League with PSG versus Man City. Now this was on Wednesday. No, we'll start with the Real Madrid one because it was Tuesday. It was the day before. So this is, yes, of course, the Champions League semis, 27th of April, Tuesday. 1-1 leg, the first leg. At the Estadio Alfredo Di Stefano. I think it was one of their training stadiums, because their actual stadiums, the Bernabeu's getting work on. So, so they're just playing in most of their matches there. They're playing their matches there now just because of the way that the stadium's getting renovated, all this kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. But it was 1-1. First goal was Christian Pulisic in the 14th minute, and then Benzema's in the 29th. It was a tight game. You know, Chelsea looked... I'll tell you the stats here, that shots 9 for Real Madrid, 11 shots for Chelsea. On target for Chelsea, there was 5 shots on target, and then 1 for Real Madrid. 1 shot on target, and that was Benzema's goal. Passes 582, and then passes for Chelsea 562. Fouls, possession 51% for Real, 49% for Chelsea. 11 fouls for 11 fouls for Real Madrid, 9 fouls for Chelsea, and then 5 yellow cards for Real Madrid and 1 yellow card for Chelsea. Now the 2 goals. Brilliant goal by Benzema. He heads it, he takes touch in the box, takes a touch and over, kind of side half volley, kind of nearly an overhead kick, but not quite near it though. It was very near it though, not really anything like that. But yeah, Pulisic goal, wee bit scrappy, kind of in the box, and he finishes it. To be fair for Chelsea, they did have more chances in this game between the both of them. Like Real Madrid played 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, whatever you want to call it, but so did Chelsea. Very tight game. A lot of players came on for Real Madrid. They made how many subs? Yeah, 4. And one of them got a yellow card, Odriozola, Eden Hazard, Marco Senjo and Rodrigo. Now, it was a great game. It would be class to Zinedine Zidane and Thomas Tuchel. Be class to see the next game on Wednesday night, the semi-final leg 2, because it's the semi-final of the Champions League. Who doesn't want to watch it? But yeah, overall great game. Chelsea were dominating a wee bit. Maybe they could have did a bit more, Chelsea, but Real defended enough, and yeah, they were probably happy to take the 1-1 the way the game could have went. But maybe Real Madrid said we should have maybe scored a couple of chances as well. So yeah, whoever wins this leg though will go on to the the PSG Man City final. So whoever wins this will be interesting. We'll get into the final of the Champions League. Now Real Madrid have been there a lot of times. Chelsea a wee bit. They've been in the Champions League group stages not group stages, top ends a wee bit. So it would be kind of tight, but you need to, and it depends how both teams set up, basically. Very depends. But moving on, as I said, to PSG versus Man City. Now, PSG versus Man City, it was at the Parc des France for PSG Stadium. All round 2-1 to Man City. Great game. Brilliant game. Yeah, Parc des Princes, or Prince or something like that, Parc de Francis or Parc de Princes, something kind of like that, or whatever to pronounce it in French. I don't really speak French, but Marquinhos scored in the 15th minute with a header for PSG. Then KDB with, people would say in the 64th minute, people would say a lucky goal. Now, it was great header by Marquinhos though for the first goal, but Kevin De Bruyne's one, they would say 64th minute. It's when it's kind of, there's two ways of it. So De Bruyne hit it as a cross, I think, but the way De Bruyne hit it had curl on it. So it was either Keylor Navas had two chances. He was expecting Stones to tap it in, one of City's defenders to pop it in one of City's players because they're in the box, and he was expecting it for them to roll to the other side, so he stayed on his side because he thought they'll get contact, and it's very awkward in that situation. His feet dived to the left and Stones maybe got a touch on it, but if he saw that Stones wasn't getting a touch on it, you're like, well, he couldn't really make it then because it skinned off the post. But yeah, it was nothing really you can do about that unless you went very quickly to it if you knew that it was too thing for Stones, but it's quite hard to do that. Then Riyad Mahrez with a free kick, and people are saying the wall was shocking, kind of like the Ronaldo wall against Porto, the Juventus wall, but so I think De Bruyne said, Mahrez said to De Bruyne said this in an interview to to the thing, and Mahrez was like, De Bruyne, can I hit it? And De Bruyne was like, if you feel confident in yourself, hit it. So it's 2-1, and then Idrissa Gana Gueye got 77th minute. Idrissa Gana Gueye, a red card in the 77th minute. 10 shots for PSG, 11 shots for Man City, 677 passes for Man City, 457 passes for PSG, 4 on target for PSG, 4 shots on target, 6 on target for Man City, 15 fouls for Man City, 9 fouls from PSG, possession, 40 possession for PSG, 60 possession for Man City, and then 2 yellow cards for 2 yellow cards for Man City and 9 yellow cards for PSG. Now, very good game. Be interesting to see how it turns out in the second leg, but I still predict a Man City win, Man City to go through to the final, because Kylian Mbappe has suffered a calf injury which will rule him out of the Man City game, and PSG fans must be thinking, Kylian Mbappe could have shredded the City defence with his pace, but now they have to play Icardi, Moise Kean, someone else to fit in that position. Moving on to the Europa League though, with Villarreal versus Arsenal first. This was yesterday, Thursday, and Manu Trigueros got the first goal, and then Raul Albiol, and then Nicolas Pepe got a penalty in the 73rd minute, and then Dani Ceballos got sent off in the 57th minute, and Kapawi in the 80th minute. This was at the Estadio de la Ceramica, 2-1 to Villarreal, as I said. 9 shots for Villarreal, 9 shots for Arsenal, 6 on target for Villarreal, 2 on target for Arsenal. Possession 47 for Villarreal, possession 53% for Arsenal, and then 417 passes for Villarreal and 464 passes in Arsenal for Arsenal. Very tight game this one, but it's going to be controversial to see in the second leg. Not controversial, but it's going to be tight because these teams are both going at it. They want to get in the final of the Europa League. And then in the other leg, Man United 6-2 versus Roma, shredded them to pieces. Bruno Fernandes scored in the 9th minute, and then I'll do this by order of the goals. So Bruno Fernandes scored in the 9th minute. Then to cancel that out, Lorenzo Pellegrini scored in the 15th minute with a penalty. Dzeko then scored in the 33rd minute to put Roma 2-1 up. And then Cavani scored in the 48th minute, and then in the 64th. And then Paul Pogba scored in the 75th, and then Mason Greenwood in the 86th. And then ended up 6-2 at Old Trafford. Roma have conceded the most goals in the Serie A top half of the table. Now that tells you they look very conceded goals, very open at the back against Man United, and that's what Man United love to do. They want to, like City, the teams that play high line, play the ball through in behind them, they get a goal or two. So yeah, Roma had 3 injuries in the first half, the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then they had 2 subs left. But in a match in the Europa League, you're only allowed 3 slots to put them in. So they've used their 3 slots, but then you're allowed to use them at half time. So they had to bring on 2 subs at half time, but they didn't because they didn't want 2 more subs. But Dzeko, to be realistic, Dzeko and all wouldn't have lasted another 45 minutes with the team. But anyways, on the stats, a wee bit unlucky for them, but that's how football goes. You could have good luck, you could have bad luck, but Roma today had bad luck. Yesterday had bad luck. 20 shots for Man United, 5 shots for Roma, 3 on target for Roma, 11 on target for Man United. Possession 64% for Man United and 36% for Roma, and then 308 passes for Roma and 546 passes for Roma. 546 passes for Man United. It was good leg, but I would probably say that's Man United through now, because if the way Roma played wasn't really great for them. They when they went to when they had all their subs, they should have. I heard people saying they should have went in more. They should have defended more rather than splitting open, because that's what Man United were going to do to them. So if they stay compact and in as a wee group and defended, maybe they had a chance to win this game, or at least get something out of it. But yeah, that's probably, people are saying Man United through to the final. It would be controversial to see the second leg goals, but this is the couple of facts now. Lewandowski has 36 goals in the Bundesliga with 3 games to go. The record is 40 by Gerd Müller. Do you think, comment down below, do you think Lewandowski will beat this record? All he has to do is score 4 goals, and then he'll draw with Gerd Müller's record, 5 to beat it, or he'll score under in the next 3 games for Bayern Munich. RB Leipzig's new manager, the American Jesse March, in replace of Julian Nagelsmann, who's moving to Bayern Munich because Hansi Flick could be said, I want to make my contract smaller, so he could be the new Germany coach once German Low goes. Low goes, but also he's linked for a few other clubs that don't have a manager, so be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Just a wee run through all these games and all. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe. But yeah, this is going to be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and goodbye.